So it's day 66 of the Iran war. The Strait of Hormuz is closed, oil is not flowing freely, the US blockade shown here is still in place amidst a battle for who is actually in control of the Strait of Hormuz between Iran and America, amidst loads of claims and counterclaims. Today, Iran issued a new map showing the boundaries of where it claims it's controlling the Strait of Hormuz, either side of Oman. They also claimed that they'd fired 2 missiles and struck an American warship, although counterclaims eventually, although this was just off the coast of Jask outside that area, but the Central Command turned around and said that nothing had been struck. Iran modified their language after that. US command had also claimed that 6 of the fast patrol boats that Iran has been using were blown out of the water. President Trump later said that there were 7 blown out, and also that there had been a cruise missiles being used against shipping in the Strait. Again, Iran denied all of this. This comes amid President Trump's claims that 2 US carrier vessels were actually escorted through the Strait of Hormuz successfully earlier on in the day, all part of Project Freedom to restore freedom of transit for commercial vessels through this area. Again, Iran denies that this was achieved. All of this is designed to relieve the 2,000 vessels and allegedly 20,000 seafarers that are actually trapped in the Strait, in the Gulf of Oman. But US Central Command, how are they actually going to police this new operation? Well, they've got a number of assets they claim to be using, 15,000 troops. There's a Marine Expeditionary Unit in the region. Probably that's where they're going to come from. You've also got aircraft carriers like the Lincoln mounting fighter jets, not only off the carriers, but also off land basing, and then missile destroyers in the region as well. The threats are quite significant. One of them is obviously anti-ship missiles provided by China. They can be deadly. That's why you've got the missile destroyers in place, but also the fighter jets that will look to target the launchers as well. We've also had reports that cruise missiles are being used, again the destroyers, but these are very easy targets relatively for the fighter jets to take out. But the big threat is these fast patrol boats, numerous, often packed full of explosives. And as we can see a couple here, and we'll see a bit later in the shot, significantly more, they can be incredibly dangerous. But if you remember, for the Somali pirating activities, they were very quickly solved by putting armed personnel on board the commercial shipping, because that's a stable platform, soldiers with machine guns. It's relatively simple, but the fast patrol boats have no answer for that. That's almost certainly how the Americans dealt with this threat earlier on. The key issue, though, for all of this is time. If we look at the Strait of Hormuz map, you've clearly got the blockage of the minefield. We're still not sure how many mines are actually in there, but that forces any shipping to go up to the north, just south of Iraq Island and back again. That puts it very close to Iran and therefore a very high threat. It's also, if you're going to get 2,000 vessels out, even if you put them relatively close together, it's probably about a week's worth of transit, 24/7, incredibly risky. And you have to remember, Iran doesn't have to hit all of them. It only has to hit one, and suddenly confidence in this project will be undermined immediately. But for now, it appears the US seems determined to pursue military operations to try and to secure the Strait of Hormuz.